And Mitch English said that I reminded him of the annoying next door neighbor type of person, that guy named Skippy.
I've never had sex before. I'm a 24-year-old virgin, if you can imagine that.
I'm 34 years old and I'm still a virgin.
And I'm now 37, still a virgin. Just so you know, you're in the presence of the real-life 40-year-old virgin. That you are in the presence of YouTube royalty. I am the real-life 41-year-old virgin. The fact that you're not wearing a bra has been so sexy. Virgin that lives in his parents' basement give dating advice. I don't think that I am an incel. No, thank you, sexy.
Scott Jessup, known online as Skippy, is an infamous cringe lord with a story of utter shame, embarrassment, and depression to go in tow. If you're a real saturated content freak, you might remember that I made some videos on Skippy a couple years ago, mostly examining his futile love quest date videos. And while his date videos exemplify the worst traits of Skippy, through the 15 hours of content I painfully consumed, there's a lot more beneath the surface that explain the utter catastrophe that is the iamSkippy YouTube channel. But let's start from the beginning, and arguably the most successful time period for Skippy, when he appeared on multiple television shows highlighting his Mormon virginness.
So you kissed boys before?
Yeah.
You like kissing boys?
I do.
I'm sorry, that was a random comment on my part. I'm sorry. I've got something for you. But there's another boat that's in the harbor. You ready for this? Huh?
I don't know.
Huh?
The Skippy in Love minisode showcases all the tropes of a casual skipster date. A woman clearly out of his league, who starts off interested but quickly switches up after interacting with him for an extended amount of time, a need to film set experience, and a propensity to love bomb and give gifts to the date in order to try and win them over. The problem is that Skippy isn't charming, and the gifts are typically cheap garbage trinkets, used in a vain attempt to hypnotize her into finding him affectionate. Even after he gets brutally friend-zoned, he still can't really decipher his date's true intentions.
I just want to let you know right now, I think of you as just a friend.
Is it short, fat, white, and desperate in here, or is it just me? What the heck? I'm just like feeling so awkward.
I'm sorry, Scott.
That's okay, we're still friends. I'm not even sure right now if I'm totally going to the Cher concert with her. I tend to think we're probably not.
In his TLC Virgin Diaries episodes, we get a glimmer into the deranged life of Skippy. He lives in the basement of his mom's house, and we witness his obsession with branding himself as Skippy and as a virgin through different memorabilia that he adorns. As shown in the intro, the nickname Skippy wasn't given to him in a positive light. Someone saw him as annoying, and the name just stuck. The whole episode is littered with odd tropes and proclivities of Skippy that we'll discuss further as the video goes on.
Would you like to know how badly I want to have sex with a girl?
It's all I've been able to think about all last night.
Over here is my belly button lint collection.
It doesn't have to be giant, but can I give you?
Cheek. Does that work?
Can I just give you a kiss, please?
Kitty, I don't kiss on the first date.
All Skippy ever has on his mind is convincing someone to do something sexual with him. I believe the videotaping of his dates is used as a tactic to pressure his dates, usually in order to give him a kiss, because otherwise the whole internet will see her turn him down. In other words, it's the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia Dennis implication story, but much more forced and pathetic. When Skippy isn't doing these cringe dates, you'll usually find him working, and he's worked at a variety of different places over the years, most notably at different pizza locations. He even was on the news for tracking down a thief and bringing them to justice. But my personal favorite is him talking to his coworker about his friend turning 19 years old and whether or not she'd be into guys close to 40. Real smooth, Skipster.
Meet Skippy Jessup. He's a pizza delivery guy with a simple philosophy.
If you don't help someone that's in need, you're a jerk. Happy birthday. How old is she turning?
19 or 20, I can't remember.
And how old would you guess is too old? Like, what's her dating age range? What's her, like, youngest and what's the highest she would go? Like, certainly not 41, but like 40.
I could see her going for 40.
Okay, yeah,
I could see her going for 40.
Yeah.
I mean, she goes for like high school, like 13, so I could see her going for 42.
Yeah.
She
like,
bats both ways.
Of course she's going to date a 13-year-old. I mean, like, what hot 13-year-old boy, you know, is she not going to be interested in?
Skippy has this weird obsession with celebrities. Every year he goes to the Sundance Film Festival in order to try and get pictures taken with said celebrities. I think he thinks this is somehow networking and can somehow further his career with said connections. I mean, he's somehow been able to interview notable people such as Lady Antebellum, so I guess anything is possible.
Alright, do you guys want to add me to your Facebook? Here, I'll give you my fake business card. Add me to your Facebook, okay? I see that. Okay, here. There you go. Smell that. And, hey, did I get one? No. It smells like awkwardness.
And Charles.
And we are Lady Antebellum. And Cable, we love ya.
Oh, man.
That was crazy, Hillary!
That's the word that Paris used to describe me.
Delicious,
I asked her to marry me. I said, hey, Paris, you've never been to Utah unless you've had a Mormon boy propose to you. And I go, what do you think? And she goes, that's hot. And I go, am I hot? And she goes, delicious. I go, love you, Paris. Fun on our wedding later.
I'd be remiss if I didn't show this picture of Skippy with notorious P. Diddy. Really makes you wonder what Skippy knew that he didn't release to the world. But apart from celebrity worship, Skippy also tried his hand at doing stand-up. While I don't think it's great, it's definitely not the worst I've heard, and he even got some laughs from the crowd.
These t-shirts here. Now, if you are a size medium, I'm going to put it here on this desk, and if you're a size extra large, I'm going to put, not desk, this table right here, and when they're gone. But, so yeah, it has my face on it, I'm sorry about that. It says WWSD, what would Skippy do? Or, I kissed a lot of frogs before I found my prince. And all of a sudden I realized, oh no, I am one of the frogs, right? 'Cause I kissed her. And so I replied, I fed a lot of bitches before I found man's best friend.
A lot of Skippy's early content has this sort of liminal feeling. It felt like I was transported back into a time that no longer and will never exist again. While I don't feel dread from it, after watching everything that would come post these videos, I definitely have some sort of reservation.
Just want to get your smiling face when you see, oh yeah, look at that. That really is pretty, isn't it? Whew.
At some point, Skippy moved out to LA and took on an internship at a local newscast station. I couldn't really figure out what he actually did while working there, because most of the time he was just filming his coworkers without their consent. However, for some reason, he got his own segment on air, where he chose to interview himself, and it goes exactly how you'd expect.
Again, self-proclaimed best intern on earth, Scott Skippy Jessup. Skippy, thanks for joining us. How are you today? Well, to tell you the truth, if I were any better, there'd be two of me. Good to hear. So tell us about yourself. What can I say? I'm your average 29-year-old Mormon virgin living in his parents' home who loves to meet celebrities.
I mean, he talks fondly about this internship in later years, but I don't really know what he or the company was getting out of him being there. In an attempt to make a heartwarming farewell video for someone who was switching jobs, Skippy asked other employees what their thoughts were. Half of them seemed turned off by the camera being shoved in their faces, and the other half Skippy didn't even know the names of, leading to an awkward 10-second discussion between the two.
Do you have any feelings about anything substantive right now? Like, what's your... No? You're good? Alright, what's your name again?
We finally reached the most notable point in Skippy's online career, his first date video. He got fired from his job and gleefully boasts about using a coupon to get a free meal and video out of this woman. Upon entering the car, she is clearly uncomfortable by the fact that Skippy opted to videotape their date.
Go out to lunch. We're going to eat at Rib City because I have a coupon there.
and I just lost my job, so it's helpful for me to be doing dates that are inexpensive for myself, so we're gonna do it. I'll try and get her on camera. This girl's really, really pretty, like too cute for me pretty, so okay, so here she is. She's getting in the car.
Please don't tell me you're recording me right now.
By far the worst trait of Skippy's during these dates is his need to adjust and talk into the camera instead of directly to his date. It feels as if these dates are just transactional, and that he's just trying to stroke his ego in the moment so that he can go back home and stroke his pecker while rewatching the film. And trust me, I'm not the only one that catches on to this creeper vibe that he gives off. His date literally asked a male friend to show up to their date and try to alleviate the skeeziness that was going on.
So we've arrived at Rib City, and we have just gotten served our food. Yeah. Look, I'm on a date with her. And then we found out that Rib City doesn't like people filming inside their place, so we've got to shut this off now soon. But
Skippy is usually in utter disbelief when someone shows him any amount of affection. Ironically, though, while he might be surprised by a peck on the cheek or the date's inhibition to not run away, the story usually ends up the same. They rarely ever come back.
Funny guys are hot, and Skippy is hilarious, so.
is that right?
Weird.
It's this. The cheek is part of the face.
There we go.
Yikes! Do I get a hug too? Like you're not even pulling back, right? Like this is solid. She's holding my hand almost as much as I'm holding hers.
Once again, it's perplexing Skippy's ability to get conventionally attractive women to agree to dates with him. Early on in his career, Skippy did have a full sense of confidence in himself. He's at least able to do what a lot of other people in his situation are unable to do: ask the girl out. His insecurities are usually the final nail in the coffin for most of these dates, and even when it's abundantly clear that his date doesn't want to be filmed, he still follows through with filming her anyway.
So as we're eating, people are going to be splashing around in the background. And, see, I know you don't want to talk a lot, but is there anything that you would like to say, or do you want to say why you said yes to going on a date with me? Because I'm curious too.
It's not a date, remember?
A hangout?
Yeah.
Yeah, but friends sometimes hug when they hang out, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at it. Free hug.
Oh, yeah, free hug, yeah.
Dressed as the molester from Whoville, Skippy decides to take his date on some sort of Christmas Carol concert and proceeds to pressure her into giving him a kiss. She declines and proceeds to ghost him, and honestly, she chose to even move out of the state, although Skippy questions whether or not that was his fault.
Oh, Sierra, where are we and what are we going to go do?
Well, I don't know what we were in, but we're going to go out to Salt Lake and see a Christmas Carol. Fun.
If you want to put like a kiss in this area, I'm okay with that.
And here's the thing about Skippy. In the early days, he could get women to go on dates with him, but could never get a girlfriend out of the date. We even have a woman say on camera that she wanted to have sex with Skippy, but he turned it down because of his religion. This chick he's with clearly wants to play loose and be non-committal, but Skippy is insisting that he can fit a square peg into a round hole.
But we're more than friends, though.
To you.
To me, but if I can brag, well, it's not bragging. In Mormon circles, it might be confessing. We have gone to what I call second and a half base, because if third base is oral, we never got to that point.
No.
And why didn't we get to that point? Because I stopped.
Yeah.
And us going on dates as a way for me to try and have sex with you. I look at us going on dates because I really adore you, and I would love it if we could be dating, and then after dating be in like a full-blown relationship that would lead towards marriage. And then after we get married, then I would love to put my daddy parts in your mommy part, and my daddy part in your mommy part.
The thing about Skipster being a virgin is that no one honestly cares. Be a virgin or don't, but don't make your whole personality surrounding the aura of will he or won't he have sex. These videos are recorded in your mid-30s and 40s. It's never been cute, but being a grown-ass man and still grandstanding on this issue is more pathetic than endearing.
Which is very difficult if I want to ever lose my virginity, but I don't just want to lose my virginity for the sake of it. I want to lose it to you because I adore you, and I feel that very strong L word towards you.
You want to kiss my mouth?
On
camera?
Yeah, I totally do.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you gonna enjoy it?
I don't.
Okay, try it. As much enjoyment as you can for me kissing your body.
Alright.
Okay.
So you want me to enjoy this?
Try to.
Okay.
The bottom one.
Okay. We're really doing this. Okay, right.
Skippy even attempted to go on a Tinder date with some sort of crippled lady. The date doesn't even seem to have lasted longer than the video's length. We'd never hear or see this woman again.
And we did a lot of people watching. I'm sure we saw at least one person that was a serial killer here at the. Should we go on a date, or was this a just friends thing? Your call. No pressure. No pressure.
This is a let's stay in contact and see thing.
So Scott became determined to adjust his features in order to become more desirable. Instead of going to the gym, eating a salad, or having some introspection, Skippy opts to dye his hair to look like a caveman that got blown up with dynamite.
Hopefully go from this to this. Oh, by the way, there's my hair heart. See, I shaved a heart into my chest hair. And I might even dye that too today. Who knows? Oh, anyways, I got boobs. Chest hair it up. I find there. Oh, but then I went down to the belly. Okay, so yeah, I'm not in that great a shape. Anyways, so I'm gonna go shower again, only this time I'm not gonna invite you guys in, but when I get back, this should be amazing. Oh yeah, that's horrible, isn't it?
I kind of understand the sentiment here. Having a brightly colored beard can make you look like a human-sized leprechaun. However, while Skippy can grow out a decently thick beard, he falls into the same trap as many other fat men, thinking a beard guards against you looking fat. It might psychologically help him adjust, but literally just trying to make lifestyle changes would make a more noticeable difference.
Realizing, holy crap, I'm not only as heavy as I was before I started, I'm going to be heavier. So I decided to grow a beard so that I would mask, so that I would mask my chubbiness, right? So now I weigh more than I've ever weighed in my entire life. I'm at like 240, and so there's my gut to prove it, right? So the beard literally is masking my chubbiness, and I'm hoping to get inspired to maybe start working out or something like that, but literally the beard is to mask that. But it's kind of fun. I mean, you know.
In arguably Skippy's most successful date video, he takes a woman named Tayy on a series of micro dates that actually initially riz her up. However, the cracks appear early on. Tayy, like many other dates prior, is confused as to why Skippy is so adamant about recording this date for anonymous YouTube viewers to consume.
No, I totally did not forget your name.
Whatever. Okay.
Would you like us to video this? And she's like, no, that does not sound good. What was your reason for not wanting to?
It sounded awkward.
Yeah, no, I get it. You don't want to go out with me again. Or you're not sure if you would ever want to go out with me again. I get that. I speak girls sometimes.
The first stop of their multi-pronged date is to go to the dollar store, a Skippy favorite, to pick out gifts for each other to give while at dinner. The idea is moronic, and is an attempt by Skippy to prove how thoughtful he is, but nobody wants useless junk that is just going to end up in the garbage. This dollar store location also feels like a backrooms level, full of eccentric, oddball characters.
Buy like a bag, or if you can just get it, a short person. Did you see that little guy? Yes, that's cool. Just making sure that.
Excuse me? You could say into this camera is, "Hi Skippy, Tayy is awesome."
Hey Skippy, how you doing? Tracy is awesome.
Close. Tayy is awesome.
I'm sorry, Tayy.
It's okay. It's not an easy one.
Okay.
While shopping, Tayy comments on how annoyed she is being at this store. Skippy said that they'd go to dinner, and she's hungry, but has to do this silly little task. When they do get to the restaurant, the gifts are garbage, as expected, but funnily enough, she got him a dog bowl for an undescribed reason. Skippy doesn't have a dog, and I think Tayy might be inferring some things with said gift. To top off the excellent dinner, Skippy realizes his scheme of using gift cards was foiled because he didn't have the right restaurant in mind, leading to a fully paid bill right out of Skipster's pocket.
So if I get him something frozen, it would melt when we go to dinner, which I'm starving, by the way. Whose idea was it to do dinner second? Yeah, his.
Oh, a doggy bowl.
A doggy bowl.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ruby Tuesdays is because he had a gift card for $25
To Ruby Tuesdays.
And as we're sitting here, completely finished with our meal,
Done.
he goes to get his Ruby Tuesdays gift card, and what is it?
Because that's how you're gonna pay. Oh, but it happens to be a gift card for Ruby River Steakhouse in Utah.
That's right.
Yeah.
To wrap up the night, they go back to Taylor's house and have her brother interrogate Skippy. He alludes that he's already starting to fall in love with her, and quickly finds out that there's zero reciprocation from her.
But we didn't like touch hands or anything like that. I would consider it was the like seat, not a love seat, right?
Sure, yeah. Really?
Is there a difference between on camera? Would it be different if it wasn't on camera?
Well, yes, because see, this is documented, and I'm gonna have to go back and like look at this and watch this and remember like.
But don't you think your honest feeling? You know what? Never mind. I think I know the answer. Right?
Like the creep he is, Skippy tries to make a wager where he can press himself all up on her body. He unfortunately does not receive this request, at least not on camera.
This
yeah,
week?
We're not doing that on camera.
We're not, but will you at least say what I won from you?
Okay, so we had a bet.
Yep.
So he said if I was closer,
then I should get something, right?
that he should get something. If he was closer, he should get something. So he said he would wash my he would wash my dishes if I won. And he said that if he won, he wanted a hug.
What kind of hug? I wanted a big hug.
In a bizarre twist, several years later, Skippy links up with not Tayy, but rather her current husband. It's going to be a reoccurring trend with Skippy moving forward, where he tries to garner the attention and clout from these previous dates with a post-mortuary interview.
Tayy married a great guy, and they have a kid together. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Taylor's husband.
What's up,
I'm not going to say
everyone?
his last name because I don't want people tracking you guys down.
Skippy has somehow deluded himself into thinking that he has worthwhile dating advice to spread to his audience. He doesn't have any appealing aspects that someone could look at and learn from. I mean, I guess you could do the opposite of everything he does and maybe find some success. But the lack of awareness is pretty obvious at this point.
Okay, so let me give you something interesting about me. I didn't masturbate for my first time until I was 26. I have no advice for women. I'm not good with them, you know? I mean, I'm odd, but odd guys don't always get girls. I would say the easiest thing to do would be lose weight, smell nice, don't have bad breath, and try not to scare girls. Hey ladies, this guy's a virgin. He lives in his parents' basement. He has no money, no job, no prospects. But again, he wouldn't give you an STD. Follow me on Instagram, iamSkippy. I've got a website, iamSkippy.com. I'm glad that my mom doesn't read the comments section because otherwise she would think that everyone in the world hates me and is super, super mean, but that's just how YouTube is. I get that.
But it's not just that Skippy lacks self-awareness. He's also inflated his own ego beyond belief. He truly thinks that he is an internet micro-celebrity who deserves to date and marry attractive women, even though he has neither attractive physical or psychological characteristics. He won't let this stop him from deluding himself about his true potential, so in turn, he's still a single virgin in his mid-40s.
You know? And then someone's like, oh, but you should go for the girls that are less pretty, right? But they still have to have a personality that has got to be somewhat with mine. And most girls that have my similar look, body structure or attractive level-wise, don't have personalities that keep up with what I would want, because they're down on themselves in the sense about who they are. And don't get me wrong, I am too, but I still am ballsy and I still go do things, and I don't want to be around a Debbie Downer my whole life.
One of Skippy's most iconic moments is his Klondike bar date. He goes out on some boring, nothing to report back date with a woman named Deanna. Skippy steals the scene by awkwardly asking her most recent relationship and how long it lasted. He doesn't want damaged goods, guys. He's got to know what he's dealing with.
Yeah, what wouldn't you do for a Klondike bar? Yeah. Lip. Let's say I buy you a Klondike bar and it's like super tasty. Would you kiss a guy for a Klondike bar?
I don't know. I haven't had one, so I can't answer. To be continued.
We're getting this woman a Klondike bar. When was the last, how long since your last relationship? How long ago? Over a year ago? How long is the longest relationship? You had like a 2 to 5 year relationship, didn't you? Something like that? Yeah.
Skippy follows through with his promise to get Deanna a Klondike bar, obviously with the intent of trying to convince her to kiss him. But she's so disgusted and bewildered by him that she opts to read the nutrition label in order to avoid looking at him.
So I just got done with work, and I swung by to pick up some groceries, and I was like, I'm not going to look at these again ever the same way, especially when she lives 3 blocks away from where it is that I buy groceries. And so to fulfill the having her try it out, these are Klondike bars, and specifically these are the original one. It's ice cream. It's chocolate coated ice cream. No, they're not the best, because I would even say their Oreo ones are better. But just the fact that... Are we
having it right here?
You don't have to if you don't want to.
Chocolatey coated and ice cream loaded. Just artificially flavored vanilla light ice cream in a milk chocolate flavored coating.
Hey Deanna, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
Our milk and cream. There's no real seal on it. It's not a real dairy product.
That was the first kiss I've ever. That was the first kiss we've ever shared.
Oh my
and even then it felt forced.
Like Tayy, years later, Skippy does an interview with Deanna. And like Tayy, Deanna has gotten married and is currently pregnant. Skippy has fallen on hard times by this point and is obviously fat, a virgin, and still single.
All right. Let's see who is farther along, you or me. Boom. That is not a good thing that there's even a contest. It's good to see you.
Hi.
This whole meeting honestly feels like a therapy session for Skippy. We see the polar opposite directions that two people can go in the same amount of time, and Skippy is desperate for Deanna to affirm him for his weird, deluded obsessions.
I don't know. I just find that whenever people find out that dating celebrities is my hobby, I have to justify it in some way, because they're like, oh, you're worshiping these people. I'm not worshiping the book. Or I should say this. Do you think that when I go up to meet celebrities that I'm, and be completely honest, that I am really weird when I do it, or that I am tons different than others, or...
It's what you like. I don't know. Like, I can only be me.
Skippy even awkwardly recounts some of his prior almost sexcapades. Deanna doesn't even know how to respond to these stories and just has to sit there dumbfounded.
And I think she thought that just if we started making out that I would change my mind, right? So her recollection would be different than mine, but my recollection was she pulled off her shirt and we started kissing, and then she goes, "So you're really not going to have sex with me?" And I go, "Wow, in a very rare turn of events, I am feeling uncomfortable."
By the end of the interview, Skippy pleads to post a picture of her in a bikini for thousands to see online, probably in an attempt to get one last goon off before editing the video, and then begs her to set him up with one of her single friends, which doesn't come to fruition.
Can I post a photo of you in a bikini just so that people know how awesome that is?
Post that photo. I think it's on Instagram.
Okay, yeah. There's a photo of you on Instagram of you in a bikini, and guys, you other brothers can't deny. Boom. You say based upon our experience going on a date, if you had any two single friends, would you either set me up with them, or if I asked one of them on a date and they were to go up to you and say, "Deanna, what did you think of Skippy? Should I go out with him?" What would you say?
Go for it.
To them?
Dude, if I introduce you to your future wife...
Yeah. You get a brand new washer.
Exactly.
Or a gallon of milk a month for 25 years.
During a trip to Colorado, Skippy tries to make some updates to his features that he isn't really happy with. In particular, he's going to the dentist for the first time in a while. He loves drinking soda, and in particular Mountain Dew, and this has caused his oral health to deteriorate. In turn, this minor attention to rectify wouldn't last long, as his soda addiction would only prolong as the years would go on.
So I've got Burberry and Eternity, and I think I've got Hugo. Now, you're not a cologne guy, right? No. Okay, and so if I see some ladies on the trip, gonna then, and then say, "Oh yeah, hi." Not too good for Taco Bell. In fact, it's happy hour, so this was only $1. I love it. And yeah, burritos, soft, so that it doesn't hurt the dental work. Carbonation and all that stuff does on your teeth, and he's like, "No wonder your teeth are as rotted as they are. You drink all that." And I'm like, "Okay, but I'm Mormon, I don't drink alcohol, so Mountain Dew is my drug of choice."
Skippy also made a half-hearted effort to try and shed some of his weight and get to looking like a babe. He has the propensity to just release his moobs whenever the activity seems worthy so. Not great for the audience, but definitely a good comparison being Jesse Plemons from El Camino.
No holding in my gut. Holding in my gut. Leaning forward. Sounding.
I wonder if to get across the point of how fat I am, I should take off my shirt while I do this. Oh, you can still kind of see my hair heart shaved into it. And then tighten up my shorts drawstring in case. Look it up, you won't be disappointed. Unless you're disappointed by Jesse Plemons, but he is awesome. And he knows that we look like each other.
A lot of big firsts started to happen around this point. Skippy even moved out of his mom's basement and into the basement of a house with 5 other roommates.
This is where I'm going to be recording my videos from because there's no living room in this place. And yeah, this is living on my own. Got bags in, got shoes up there, and I've even made my bed. Old school He-Man sheets, and I've got a fan on. It's nice and cool down here, but I like extra coolness, and so.
Well, Skippy has definitely been cringe and done some regrettable things to this point. He still had a social circle and was actively going out doing things and hanging out with friends. That wouldn't last profoundly into the modern days.
Come on up here. Let's get the close-up of Carrie real quick.
Boom.
What? Let's get the close-up of Carrie
Okay,
real quick.
yeah, let's get Carrie.
So this is what my mask ended up being, but
We'll do that.
here,
So we start with our arms like, did you see that?
when
Corey?
you end up seeing this video, I'm the one that has the heart. There you go.
We finally reached my favorite dating saga of Skippy's, Tracy. Tracy is a bumbly personality who doesn't take offense to Skippy's desperation and awkwardness. She's just excited to see someone try and live out their true selves. Even when introducing himself as the 40-year-old virgin, Skippy was still able to secure the date.
Sorry. This is Tracy. I shouldn't have to say a full name because I don't want anyone to watch this to stalk her.
Oh, don't stalk me.
No, don't stalk her. Well, I wanted you to know the kind of person that you're dealing with here. Micro famous.
You're very famous.
Micro famous.
What is micro famous? What is
I'm not quite famous, but I do have 8,000 subscribers
That's a shit
on
ton.
YouTube.
I'm like, when I get over 100 likes on my drawings, I'm like,
Yeah.
Their first date was to a thrift store, and Skippy did not wait long to convince Tracy into doing a pseudo-sex act, and then gripping her right from behind, longingly thinking of a future together.
I think it might be fun.
Okay.
We don't have to record the whole time, but I think it might be fun.
okay, let's do it.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
gonna give you a hug because
How are you, Skippy?
I'm good. How about you,
Good.
Tracy?
Good. Let's go.
Let's do go. We go.
Oh, I'm supposed to be talking to it.
Well, this is an area that you felt was going to be. Oh, do you know my history with this? You don't know my history with this. She was drawn to the shake weight, not knowing my history with this. This is amazing. Can I? Do you mind if? Can you do that? Can you exercise that real quick? With it? Because I'm not gonna lie, you working out with it did impress me much. I'm giving her. This is so romantic. This is totally where we should.
To no one's surprise, Skippy tries to levy this lovey-dovey start into a kiss, to which he is promptly shut down. But the most kind of mind-melting twist happened. They actually kissed on their first date that wasn't recorded on camera. It's obvious that Skippy took this as confirmation that the romance would continue, but Tracy would slowly just lead him on.
Okay, the next thing we compete in, the winner gets a kiss. I'm calling her right now.
It doesn't work like that.
Okay, well, I tried.
Oh, on our date.
Yeah. What happened?
You haven't told them already?
I honestly have not, because I wanted to allow you to.
I laid a big one on this man here.
I got kissed.
While the audience understands that Skippy doesn't have a chance with her, he's still convinced that if he throws on an early 2000s picnic blanket and loses some weight, that Tracy would come running back to him. She won't.
So she likes orange as a color, like orange is her favorite color. So trying this on, see what this looks like. So, oh man, when I get thin, she is going to be proud of me as a friend for getting thinner. Yeah. Go home tonight and then I'll just get it on our next date. Was that smooth?
No, you're gonna take it home so you can wear it on our next date.
Yes. Give it rock, yeah.
The end of the date is full of Skippy trying to convince Tracy to not put him in the friend zone, and that she actually was into him.
To text me back anything. It's been a lot of fun. I've had
exactly
an absolute blast.
That's why we got to draw a line in the sand, son.
And that's why the occasional kiss, I think, makes it sweet and earned, because that's the whole thing. That
you think it's an earning, though. See how you have it. There's a text. Remember?
Yeah.
I feel like if I
being friends is good.
I'm-
That's a good start.
I love being your friend. We've
I
had
feel
some
more comfortable in that
we
realm.
have-
it makes me start to feel awkward and drive
We have
like
had-
weird and
we
fucking have
have-
weird shit feelings. Because then I feel like it's too much. I can't. Out.
we kissed several times on the first date, I'll have you know, and it wasn't me kissing you, it was mutual.
Even through all that, Skippy was able to convince her to go on a second date with him to go see the Book of Mormon. While waiting for her, Skippy comments that his oral hygiene has gotten poor again, and that he's hoping that breath mints will help save him.
And our third date is going to be unique in that we are going to see the Book of Mormon. So to overcome that and to not gross her out with my breath, and besides, I've got breath mints, you know, because you never know if this is a date or a hangout. I guess we'll find out. And yeah, on the chance that it's more of a date and there's a chance that I might get close enough to give her an actual kiss, I have both gum and mints. Plus it gives her an option so I can say, hey, would you like a mint? Or, oh, and maybe she'll take the, would you like some mint as a,
Tracy appears to make it pretty clear early on that this isn't a date, but rather just a friend hangout. Skippy obviously doesn't pick up on that.
You look so nice. Seriously.
Really nice too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but none
She's
of
been
that matters.
dying to get me up to her
Right.
bedroom to give me that. And then I sleep every night on the pillow that you
Almost
ended up
bought.
not getting. But
Pillow I almost bought.
Yeah.
My hypothesis is that Tracy is trying to convince Skippy to leave the Mormon church. In the first date, she mentions her ability to convince other friends to leave, and after an unsatisfactory ending to their first date, you'd think she wouldn't return, but a chance to watch a play mocking the church would give her the opportunity to convince him otherwise. During a discussion about the teachings of the church, we are presented with one of the most frustrating traits of Skippy, his inability to articulate his thoughts and give a thorough rationale for why he thinks the way he does.
What exactly are you trying to explain? I'm just lost. This is
what
too
the
much.
brethren, what the leadership of the church say about it, and then what we don't know, right? There's gaps in between, right? So
what are you trying to explain?
you
The
asked
gaps?
what the your question was.
Yeah, and a specific thing like the afterlife.
Yeah,
or
like
anything
what,
else.
and so in the gaps of what they.
You're not answering
have-
the question. You're avoiding it.
I'm not a very good listener.
Well, you're not responding. You're not giving an accurate. You're not giving an answer.
No, I want to be careful with what I say, right?
Why? Because you're scared. Because you're scared there's gonna be red.
After the showing, Tracy oddly states that she has to leave and that they should catch up and discuss this another time. She initially just says that she was going camping in the middle of the night, but Skippy pressed and finds out that she has a second date to go on.
I was gonna make a proposition. I was gonna propose to you.
Oh, okay.
Another meeting.
I do.
Another meeting.
Ooh.
If you
I like
wanted
this
to,
sound.
if you wanted to like meet up and have you for longer than like 20 minutes,
I absolutely do.
then more like an hour and a half, maybe. Like,
I absolutely do.
And then talk about it then after you've thought about it.
Okay.
Maybe like we can even like maybe have a little dialogue about what we want to talk about.
Sure. You've been going all day, and then you're heading out camping tonight, right?
Yeah, which is my getaway, so I can look at some stars if you want.
How long are you going camping for?
Just over one night.
Just one night?
One night.
Right on.
Not more than 2 nights.
Are you going camping? Are you going camping with someone I know? Nice.
It's none of your business.
Tracy, and by the way, I hope you know that I'm teasing you with it. I don't care that you have another date after this. I genuinely don't. Like, I'm super thrilled just that we're on a date.
Skippy couldn't take this and wanders the streets to find where Tracy went, and ultimately discovers that she's going on a date with a guy Skippy went to university with. The cringe is almost indescribable at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna start.
I gotta go.
Bye.
Bye, Skippy.
Tracy? It's me, Skippy. We just went on a date together. Oh, do I get to find out? Holy cow.
Hey,
it is Dave Iba.
What's going on, man?
Dude. Ladies and gentlemen, we talked about him tonight earlier on the date. This is Dave Iba.
Hey, how's it going, Skippy?
Man, what is going on?
No see. Killer
Tracy,
ride.
Tracy, you guys are a cute couple. You totally have my blessing. I went in for, I'm not sure if she'll tell you this, so I'll tell it to you, and I'll tell it on camera. I went in for a kiss tonight in the elevator, right? With the camera off, trying to be a gentleman. And yeah, as the door was closing, camera was off, and got rejected. If you haven't kissed her yet, you'll definitely enjoy it. Go for it. She's amazing.
Once again, through all of this, you'd think that a third meeting just would never happen, but boy are you wrong. However, this meeting, it seems that Tracy is much more perturbed by Skippy's antics than previous dates.
Hey Tracy, wave to the camera. Or don't, continue what you're doing. Why are you so awesome?
I guess people tell me all the time.
Does it get old?
We're really just examining the inner workings of Scott's brain at this point. Even though he understands how he's lacking in personal control, he still pushes forward.
Right?
I agree.
Okay.
And I'm biased though because we actually got to kiss at the end of the first one. But there was a lot of chemistry going on. And I think you maybe made the mistake of actually kissing me on the date, because it probably would have been better for the second and third date had you not kissed me, because then I was super excited to kiss you on dates 2 and 3. So,
Even though I already said that I don't want to do that with you or be that way.
yes. After the first date when you said you didn't want to, and I still tried to kiss you on dates 2 and 3. And
I very clearly stated that I did not want that.
Yes, yes.
Skippy also just can't let things go. He can't just move on when he's determined otherwise. He just has to ask about her and Dave's sex life, and gleefully claims he'll go to their wedding in the future.
I don't consider that a date. I consider that like going backpacking.
You got
like
dropped off
like
by
camping.
You got dropped off by one guy and picked
if
up
you go
by
on a
another.
date, are you supposed to have that night open if you're just going out on a date with your friend?
Usually when one person goes out with one person, that's the only person that they
even if they're
go
declared friends.
Out with.
Context included.
About all the things you can do. Sometimes people will say you need to test drive a car before you buy it, right? To which I say, yeah, but I don't want a car that's got tons of miles on it, right? I said to her, I've got a yes or no question that I'm sure would be pretty easy for you to answer. When you and Dave went camping, did you guys have sex? That was the yes or no question. Is that not my place to ask? That was the yes or no.
But you should probably get that sky right there, because the fade from yellow to pink is pretty good looking.
I don't want to throw pressure on when I say this, but I want to be at your guys' wedding. If that were to happen.
Several years later, these two reconnect and have a quick discussion in a Dollar Tree. Tracy is dating somebody at this point and eventually marries that man, while Skippy is still just Skippy. Tracy talks about her naive dreams of moving up the corporate ladder at Costco to inspire environmental change. She was currently a baker at a local chain, so I'm not too certain if those dreams came to fruition.
You got your bachelor's.
I
Okay,
was
well,
gonna
you
go
would
to law
talk
school
to, yeah,
eventually,
that's
and
what.
I wanted to do environmental law, but you know what's amazing about Costco?
What?
They don't spend any money on advertising. They do all this good in the world,
Yeah.
and they literally have locations all over Japan, China now, Spain.
Oh, that's
and they
awesome.
have a huge environmental influence. Like everyone turns to them, and so I feel like I just went to a perspective meeting. And
I'm not even kidding,
Costco
like, that is
essentially,
awesome. I'm excited to do that.
essentially, I feel like could be a platform for me to help create change, whatever that will look like in the future with Costco or not. But like $1 billion corporation that's trying to make better choices environmentally, and I have a lot of good ideas.
Skippy alludes to doing a follow-up meeting with Tracy and her boyfriend, but to my knowledge, I don't believe that ever came to be.
European.
Totally off the topic, do you get recognized at Costco ever?
I wish
from,
I would get
from the
recognized.
thing?
No, I literally tell people all the time, like, hey, you should watch these Skippy videos
Yeah.
that I'm in.
Yeah.
Because I have like layers of being, like claims to fame.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, we will save some
town.
things for the next video. Like, I have questions of how did you two meet? Tell me about him and stuff, but we'll save that all for either our double date or
we could
for
do like
the
a
next
Zoom,
time
or
we, yeah.
we could even get
Something.
together and have beers if you're down this way, like whatever.
Root
Even
beers,
if-
yeah, absolutely. For me, yeah, no, we'll do
Yes.
the same thing
You
that we
have a
did
root
last
beer,
time,
yeah,
and
we'll
we
have a
can,
beer.
and we don't have to film it because, like, the time that I actually kissed her was when we didn't film it. So, and I'm not saying that I.
Not gonna kiss Skippy.
Yeah, no, it's
I
not
got someone to kiss
no,
on.
exactly.
If it wasn't abundantly clear why Skippy fails with women, we get a few more concrete examples, including texts to a potential date that includes Reddit-level milady conversations from Skippy.
Go. If it's free, I really might be there. Yeah,
You
there's
should
a
go
chance.
if you can.
If I can get a free ticket, I might.
Awesome.
And then I'll spend, and if I can get a date, then I'll spend that night making you jealous of me with the girl. And like,
right,
if you like come up and like tap her on the shoulder and say, "May I cut in?" Did your dating coach tell you to take a break from dating? Is that why you're not dating right now?
That was self-imposed.
Self-imposed. Okay.
No dating coach for me.
Okay. Okay.
Even years later, Skippy still doesn't understand that he isn't able to get a girlfriend, let alone one that he'd consider to be conventionally attractive.
Problem is, right? And I like to say that dating is not like wrestling, right? You don't go, oh, you're about the same height, you and her, you're about the same height, you're about the same weight, why don't you two go on a date? That's not how I want to pick my partner. I want a girl that is shorter than me, cooler than me, sweeter than me, more intelligent than me, and funnier than me. And if it takes me pretending to be better, getting a yes out of them, and then they discover on our date that I'm not as charming and not everything that they thought I was, okay, that happens, so I don't get a second date out of it, right? But when going after someone, you try and put your best foot forward, right? I think that I'm being funny and charming, and what I think is funny and charming can be cringy and horrible to other people.
It seems that the good times are over, and Skippy starts to reflect on some of the happiest parts of his life. And surprisingly, it's not when he's going on these god-awful dates, but instead the few appearances that he's made on television.
And that's how we're gonna get away with showing you the time that I was on a TV show where I got catfished on being catfished, where I was the lucky person being catfished. And I had to bring my own wardrobe because there was no wardrobe budget. I had to basically 90% of what you're going to see was improvised. What they did give us was an outline of things that they wanted to have happen. Simple case of I met a girl online, we were getting along, I flew out to see her, she turned out to be a dude, and I'm suing her. Or him.
Wow. I feel like I didn't want to cheat
Did
myself.
he give you any indication that he was attracted to men?
No, and that was...
No. You came out to your entire family, but not to me.
You and I both know there was a real connection.
The greatest day of my entire life, met was also there for, which was the day that I got to go and be on the Chelsea Lately Show with Dave Grohl and Jack Black.
It is dark chocolate.
Yes! 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 That's it! Say it! Say it!
All right, it's dark chocolate.
In a last-second Hail Mary attempt to save his dating career, Skippy started to go on these 35-year-old plus Mormon mixers in order to find a partner. And even in a crowd of similar people, Skippy still strikes out.
I will not be pointing out Tucker specifically because let's see if he'll voice. You don't want to be on camera, do you, Tucker?
No, not tonight.
Okay. So, yeah. Which is totally understandable and respectable, and people in the comments, I'm sure, will be ripping on me for not having that happen with a girl that, like, they'll think more girls want. Okay. Not a great sign right now of how many people will be there, but on the backside, looks like there's some cars. Okay, so country dancing is one thing that I can do, and in just a little bit we've been dancing. I've exhausted myself from it, but we're doing the boot scoot. Can we go on a date sometime? You know how on Saved by the Bell, Zach calls time out and freezes time? That's essentially what I want to do right here. Okay, how many of you think that she is going to say no? I'm open. You're open. You're open to that.
He decided to interview his gay roommate to pick his brain about a variety of topics. He makes it clear that he's had black friends in the past and that he seems uncertain whether or not he is gay and wants his roommate's gaydar to help him decipher. It's much like Andy Bernard from The Office. Also, kind of as a side note, I don't know who convinced Skippy that he is a good interviewer or that he makes compelling content when he interviews somebody. The audio is always terrible, the subjects are always uninteresting, it's just never a good recipe for an interesting video.
One person that I knew that wasn't black, and he also happened to be Mormon, and so I didn't know anything other about minorities than I had this one black friend, and so that helped me a little bit. So that, plus my parents were never what I would call racist by any means. You know, I was never taught anything bad. So there's six of us here. Like you're the only gay one. We are both pretty short. Like unless
you never know.
Yeah, you never know. So when you first moved in, did you think that I was gay at all? Because there's that...
So you're saying that you get comments?
I get comments from people that are like, Skippy, just come out of the closet. Just like, that's clearly the reason why you haven't been laid yet, is that you are closeted and gay. Whatever I do, I'm going to be flamboyant about it, kind of thing, right?
And
so
you're definitely flamboyant and eccentric, I will say.
Yes.
If
I was gay, right, I would be like leading the parade gay, right?
Skippy is very clearly depressed. However, he somehow does everything in his power to not further his life and perpetually plays the victim. At this point, he is working at a thrift store about 2 miles away from where he's living, and his bike tire is flat. He makes an embarrassingly feeble attempt to pump the tire up and then opts to just stay home and call off work. He's unbelievably greasy and sweaty, even though he was only outside for like 10 minutes. He could just show up late and walk to work, but that'd take effort, so he'd rather opt against that and cry foul on the internet.
My channel has not been my priority lately. It's been trying to keep my sanity because of all the crap that I'm going through. Like that. So yeah, I have a flat tire on my bike and probably not going into work today. Well, okay. This sucks. I quit. It's too squishy. All that's left to do is call work and tell them that I will not be there. And I recorded it so that you guys will know that I'm not lying to you. But when it rains, it pours.
Skippy explains that his familial relationships are strained and that his financial situation has been rough. Quitting out on a job shift certainly won't help that. All of this stress in his life has led to him picking out the hair in his beard.
My glasses are broke. My car is totaled. I've been dealing with a lot of depression lately, including struggles with family members. I went to do my taxes thinking I was going to get a $300 rebate, and not only did I not get a $300 rebate, I owed $308, and then I owed $100 to the lady who did my taxes. So that was a $700 swing, right? From going and thinking I was getting $300 to owing $108. The only thing that I could think of to say that did happen was that I got like an ingrown hair kind of thing on my chin. It became a little bit of a rash, so I was kind of like picking at it. Then as I picked at it, it kind of made a hole in my facial hair. Does that make sense? Probably can't see it very well. Lighting in the laundry room is horrible, but I thought, since it's got the hole there, and to give you an idea of if you won, what it would look like, I would just shave the rest. So I've got the reverse angle here, went down like that.
Things really begin to head off the deep end as Skippy tries to give life lessons to some teens. He follows it up by explaining that he isn't an incel, and ends that video by getting giddy over purchasing some children's Hannah Montana lunchboxes. He's getting more and more suspicious as the days go on, in my opinion.
That's what this video is. It's Teen Talk with Skippy. Person, right?
Yeah.
And I don't like, even though I'm a super cringy person, I don't like cringe videos, right? Like, I don't like spicy foods, I don't like horror movies, and I don't like cringe videos, which is ironic because I happen to be in a bunch of cringe videos that people show. It did. Me talking to teenagers is, I was uncomfortable and not good at talking to teenagers when I was a teenager, so yikes. Anyways, if you are going to put in your clearance section a Hannah Montana lunch bag, and hey Walmart, if you're going to charge $2.50, you bet your ass I'm going to buy them.
He also did this strange interview with a stripper to discuss life and his problems. It's honestly kind of unwatchable. Current day Skippy is full of uninteresting and repetitive interviews. I don't know where he is getting these random content creators that come out of the blue to try and do challenge videos with him, but it doesn't last very long, and it's not a consistent trend that he tries to follow up with.
If Spy wins, number one, I would have to eat a bug. Number two option, I would create a fans only page and do cringy clothed dances, which I'm not sure. I don't know very much about fans only. If it's that says, I lost a bet, my friend Skippy is better than me, donate to his channel at iamSkippy on Venmo. Awesome. I just don't want to think about the kind of darkness that I was heading towards with what I was feeling there. So that's what I am the most grateful for, is strangers, who donated when they haven't met me. Fast forward, and I'm not good with girls now because I didn't have like core group of female friends that I fit in with, and I didn't have a big sister to help me, or a little sister to say, hey bro, you're kind of a loser, blah, 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 go through those things. I just was awkward already with girls.
I think it's interesting that you don't have an understanding of women and that you think that you don't know what women want, because what women want from you is you to treat them just like anyone else or just like a friend. So maybe the problem is why you haven't gotten any farther with girls is because from the beginning you kind of place them on a pedestal and you treat them differently than you would a regular, like any other relationship that you're starting, like a business relationship or a friendship.
During COVID, we get our last Skippy date video with some single mom where they do lawn bowling, and Skippy offers to buy gifts for her kids, which, in my opinion, I think is very odd for a first date.
It is now officially, like, right in this moment, killing me that I can't hug you. But if sorry.
You're so cute.
And Yoda. Now,
Yes.
if you want, knowing that this is Luke and Ray, do you want differently, or do you want to say the
I'm
color?
not picky.
Okay,
Yeah.
no. Okay.
It's all about colors at that age.
Okay, yeah. And wasn't sure, it's like, oh, but he loves Ray, so
Yeah.
if Ray is blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
His financial struggles reached a breaking point, and Skippy had to start begging for money online. Up to this point, he had some sort of Skippy squad that he would shout out in a lot of his videos, but the donations on his PayPal became less and less and less as the years went on, and he didn't follow through with a lot of the promises that he had made. The H3 podcast ponied up some money for Skippy and even auctioned off his belly button lint for charity on one of their live streams.
I guess the kind of girl. Oh, this is so weird to say. Like when I was in high school, right? And that's when you're discovering puberty, right?
Yep.
And I'm not saying high school age girls. I'm not saying high school age girls. Like
at this point, his audience was dwindling. The attention for Skippy was gone, and without the cringe-inducing date videos, there just wasn't really anything interesting to tune in on the iamSkippy channel. However, he had a chance at a revival with going on the Fresh and Fit podcast. The podcast itself was mundane and kind of just run-of-the-mill content, making insults that you would expect of a 40-year-old virgin on their panel. But the attention Skippy got was supposed to propel him to make some meaningful changes. If you go and check out some of his videos around this point, a lot of people started to show up in comments saying that they're rooting for him and they're looking for him to change his life.
Okay, so, oh crap. I did not realize there was a stain on this shirt. And a side of fries, yep. Sure enough, these are them. Mmm. Delicious. Watch me live on the Fresh and Fit podcast at 7 p.m. Eastern. I am Skippy, and I'm 43. I work with people with that have autism, and
I love that.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so
sweet.
cool. It's like doing service and then getting paid for it. And let's see, my micro claim to fame that not a lot of people talk about is that when I was 22 and she was 18, I asked Britney Spears out on a date.
Wow. Wait. Okay. What happened there, bro? What happened?
Okay. Super quick version.
Skippy started off strong by trying to track his weight loss progress and his effort to lose 35 pounds by the new year.
Weight loss versus like trying to gain muscle, which weighs more than fat. 25 to 30 pounds in 6 months. Does that sound reasonable? You know what? I will stretch myself. I'll say 35 pounds. Okay, so before So I'm going to be putting the current weight here, put weight loss goal by January 1, 2024, 35 pounds. To go. I thought it was going to be more of a grand relaunching instead of the awkward, miserable thing that it is, but then again,
like everything else, his progress was stunted, and he made a series of videos of him being sad and depressed.
Where only 3 people really know where I am, and one of the 3 is off with his family back east and doesn't watch my videos. You can have or try some THC gummies, and so I said, why the heck not have them just in case, right?
The most notable update in the last year is Skippy having to get reoccurring kidney stone surgeries. He claims it's because he has a malformed kidney, but his poor diet and hygiene probably haven't helped a whole lot, and it's probably made a decent impact on this reoccurring surgery.
So the update about me is that I have a horseshoe-shaped kidney, so it makes it seem like my kidneys are kind of like Siamese twins, if you will. And on Monday, I went in with pain to the ER, and then on Tuesday, I had I was supposed to have a lithotripsy, but it ended up my insurance company complications, so they put a stent up inside me, and now I'm waiting to find out about that. So the update about my life is having kidney stone troubles. I haven't been doing much, but it's led to weight loss somehow. So I got on the scale today and I weighed 200 pounds, which is the least I've weighed in like 5 or 6 years. So that's a good thing. So just when all this is done, hopefully I can work out and get, build back some muscle and keep weight low but muscle on. I don't know, something like that. But
Skippy is a long, drawn-out car crash that does 40 flips as it crashes through an orphanage and explodes in a fiery blast. Not a single positive influence could help correct the ego and bravado of a man determined to live out his fantasies. A stern warning as to what delusion can do to your brain and how it can destroy your life. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.